Hello, everybody. Welcome. I'm Jessica Abernathy, and with me today is Trisha Montgomery, and you're listening to Pets Are Family. Welcome. Hi, Trish. What's going on tonight?
It is a great night here. I am. It's been a long week. We put in a lot of hours, and this is a passion project of ours. So we're always carving out that time. So if we appear to be a little slap happy, we're probably going on our 14th, 15th hour of work. So.
I'm looking at the clock. As you can see, I really got to get my eyes checked soon because I can't read unless I'm out of the bottom of my glasses. I'm like, yeah, I think I've been up. Oh yeah, it's past 12 hours.
But we look cute.
I think I almost rear-ended the semi. What? Yeah, it was over 12 hours ago. Almost rear-ended that semi this morning when you were texting me.
At like 5 a.m. in the morning, I had to send you that text. I'm like, hey,
I got some news for you. And I called you immediately and I'm like, don't send those texts to me this early in the morning.
Stop texting me. Call me at 5 a.m. Don't text me at 5 a.m.
As I'm spitting my coffee out, trying not to ruin the semi in front of me that's got a big old something.
God. Oh my gosh. Jessica, how are you? Hey, let's just put it out there. We want to invite the people from which podcast, Jessica? You turned me on to it?
Oh, the Trashy Divorces. I love them. We got to go. And I did not realize I did that until you said that to me the other day in the car.
You do. So, hey, is it Stacy and Alicia?
Yes,
from Trashy Divorce.
Sorry, ladies. I did not mean to mimic you. That's how much I admire you that I just automatically now do it. Sorry, ladies.
Our friend Jessica, who's right beside me, she turned me on to your podcast. I have to say that. And I love it. I travel back and forth a lot of miles and I listen to it like 6 episodes in a row, and I get my fill. But anyway, Jessica started saying, let's go. And I'm like, what the heck? And then I listened to Trashy Divorces. I said, Jessica, you totally took that from Trashy Divorces, ladies. And so we want you on here. So I'm putting the word out right now. I'm going to contact you. We're going to get you on we're on your radar. You're on ours for sure. But we want you on our podcast because you have the 2 cats. Is that correct? The 2 cats? They got 2 cats.
I think they have a couple cats, and I want to say they have a dog too.
They don't talk about their dog that much. They talk about the cats more. So Meow, we're going to get in touch with you and we want you to talk about how you make your pets feel like family. And that would just be like we would love to have you on. You're in Atlanta, Columbus, Georgia. Come on, not that far. We can make it. We can.
It would be so much fun. I mean, seriously, nothing like another flaming dumpster trash fire. I mean, come on. And no offense,
let's do it.
We could share with them. We're not.
Yeah, we've both
been good divorces.
Divorced a couple of times. I'm happy to share my trash cans with you all day long.
I've got animal divorce trash cans. I mean, my ex-husband used to work in the industry with me. I could give you a couple, flaming piles of poop trash cans. I don't know, whatever you want to dig up, ladies. I mean, seriously, we both got at least, I got 2 under my belt.
I got 2 too. So we're putting it out there. We're going to be in contact with you guys. So just watch for our email. We are going to be in contact with you, but we have things to talk about today that don't involve Trashy Divorces. They do involve a phenomenal man by the name of John Liscano and the amazing animal welfare group, Lara's House Animal Rescue of Mahia, Texas. And we are so excited. This man probably works more hours than we do, 7 days a week. And he is a coal miner in the morning or at night, and works all night and then comes to work at Lara's House. He's the president of Lara's House. His name is John Liscano. They do some incredible work there. Like most animal shelters, they're really struggling right now, and whatever we can do to help them. So we really want to highlight him and talk to him now. So let's bring on John Liscano of Lara's House.
And should we go? Because I picked that up. So ladies, we're going to go. So sorry, but I love you so much.
Thanks for having me.
it's an honor to have you, John. We've seen your work. We see how hard you work. It's amazing to us and really humbling to be not on the outside and look at the work that you've done and the struggles that you've had and the amount of lives that you're saving. John, tell us a little bit about your background, because you've got another full-time job, if I'm correct in saying that.
Yeah, so kind of in a nutshell, well, the last almost 10 years I've worked as a coal miner in a surface mining for coal. We power a power plant right next door to us, and that's kind of my full-time job, so to speak. Is I go to work at the coal. In fact, I go to work tomorrow morning at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'll be getting up to go to work. Work shift work. I work 1 week will be days, and I'll flop to nights each week. It flip-flops back and forth, days and nights. Prior to that, I was a police officer for 10 years. And so that's kind of how I learned about Laura's house. Was I worked for the sheriff's office here in Limestone County, where I live in Texas, and Laura's house was there. And, I didn't deal with it much. Like, if we had animal calls, like, there's no animal ordinances for our area. So dogs just kind of run at bay out in the country out here, and there's no laws that say they have to be put up. So we would get calls, but we really knew there wasn't a whole lot we could do. If it was a dire situation, we'd refer them to Laura's house, and most of the time I wouldn't even know what the outcome ended up being, because we'd move on to the next call. So I've known about the place for some time now, but that's kind of my background.
I think there's way more to your background than that, John. I'm just going to say that's a pretty good synopsis there, though. So Laura's house, you're in, tell me about the area in Mexia, Texas. It's not, you're not in a big old suburban area. You're not in a metropolis.
No, we're pretty much right in the middle between Houston and Dallas.
Okay.
So we get adopters that come from both.
Okay.
Like I told you earlier, we're 2.5 hours from Austin.
Okay.
So like I say, we go to adoption events up there. We'll travel to go do stuff like that. If it means getting the pets a great home. Right now transports are kind of non-existent, and they cost. And so any chance we get to adopt outside of this area is a plus for the dogs, and it's a plus for us. But so the area I live, so I live in Groesbeck, which you'll probably have to Google that, home of the Groesbeck goats. That's our mascot.
Is that a ba or ma? Is that bat or ma? Bat?
I won't do it. And the shelter is actually in Mejia, which there's about 11-12 miles difference between the two towns.
Okay.
The population of the city of Mejia is like, I don't know, 8,000 people, maybe 10,000.
Okay.
I don't know. Groesbeck's about 5,000, 4,000, something like that. So it's just a small
business there. Everybody,
ma'am.
yeah, everybody knows everybody's business there.
Kinda. There's a lot of people. People you don't know, but there's a lot of people you do. You kind of all have the same circles sometimes. But
I think there's 7,000 or 8,000.
Especially being in law enforcement before.
Yeah,
but
crazy.
And then the closest bigger town would be Waco. So I'm sure y'all heard of Waco.
Yeah.
I want a T-shirt.
You want a T-shirt?
I want a T-shirt.
I'll see what I can do.
I want some furniture. Forget the T-shirt. I want some furniture from Waco.
I just want a T-shirt. I want a
T-shirt.
T-shirt.
Join the Gaines. What do you think?
Yeah, you got to come down and check out the silos, Magnolia, and all that.
I love that.
I'm so sorry. That's hilarious you talk about that. I was talking to somebody today, and I was trying to explain to them what a silo is, and they looked at me.
Oh my God.
They were like, "What's a silo?" And I'm like, okay, seriously, I'm from the city. I'm like, this is me. You're going to die. It's a round silver thing, you know, like this, you know, it holds corn. And I'm like doing this. This is me describing a sighting. It's a round silver thing. You find them in the country next to bars.
Well, they made a lot of money there doing it. So,
Sorry.
but yeah, the area is very rural. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, the county, and so there's, I don't know what y'all call y'all's jurisdictions up north, but we call them counties. Like Louisiana calls them parishes instead of counties. Some places up north call them commonwealths or whatever. But so yeah, we have Limestone County, which is where Lara's is, and just so I can clear this up, because there are people that even live in Limestone County that still yet don't know this, but they think Lara is a person.
Yep.
And it's not. So I told the board, I was like, you know what we really need to do with the name? Because I wanted to change it, but they, so we need to put periods in between the letters so people won't assume that it's a person and it's an acronym.
Okay. So what does so then what does it stand for? What is Lara's? How LARS?
Limestone Animal Rescue Adoption Shelter.
I love that.
You know, because I really thought it was after a person.
Oh yeah, trust me. So I had a guy that we called one time that he has a charter service for like fishing guides here. I was asking him for a donation. He's like, yeah. He's like, man, that Laura lady, she sure is a nice person for doing what she does for the animals. And I'm like, how long have you lived in Limestone County? All my life. I'm like, it's not a person. That's an acronym. So
what is that? She sure is. You can have some more money. Whatever.
John,
so this is Limestone County.
You're missing the boat, John. You need to start throwing up, you're going to have a pancake breakfast in Laura's honor. You know what I mean? In Laura's honor, you're going to have to start doing these pancake spaghetti burgers. Come on, Miss Laura.
I need to find like a mascot. I need somebody to be Laura. Kind of like Dora the Explorer. We need Laura the
Rescuer. Absolutely.
Lara the Rescuer. There you go. Well, hey, we'll make a cartoon out of it, You know
what? Anything works. So John, you all are struggling.
We are. I mean, it's just the nature of the beast. I found this out the other day because we met with one of the original founders of the shelter from 2008. So they were put together in 2008. They officially opened the doors to the property where we sit now in 2010. And it was all, long story short, a group of people that lived in the same area were having just crazy, ridiculous issues with dog dumping.
Okay.
And so they kind of got together, a little neighborhood watch type thing, said, hey, let's, why don't we have a meeting and discuss this? What can we do about it?
Okay.
And they were well-connected people in the community. There were people that people, liked and respected. And so a few weeks later, they met. First meeting, they assigned 12 people. So I think 14 people showed up at the meeting. 12 of them became board members. And they're like, now what are we going to do? So they started out basically just foster homing everything that they helped. They were able to acquire 5 acres of land that they purchased, and it just over time through donations and fundraising, they built the outdoor kennels and the main campus area and got the office, brought in and put to, they built it from the ground up. And so it was neat talking to the lady that I spoke with. Her name was Peggy Wilson. She was, like I said, one of the first ones. And she's actually reached out. She wants to get on and not get back on the board, but just she wants to help us. And so, this is the 15-year anniversary for the shelter.
Oh, wow.
And it's like I told the other board members, I'm like, we need to really put our heads together and figure this out. So by the grace of God, we've gotten some good donations here recently and got a couple more coming. So praying and keeping my fingers crossed and hoping that, we can keep, the fundraisers coming and the donations coming and the adoption events, because that's really all we get from as far as money.
Yeah.
I'm working, I'm trying to find residual funding. We've spoke before, we do Good Charlie, we do Paw Tree. All those are sources of residual income if people use it.
Yeah.
So, it's yes, we're struggling, but we're putting one foot in front of the other is what I'm saying. So,
John, I love that, because it's the struggles that make us stronger. I really believe that. And I think that your ability to really find new sources, new verticals, and people are rallying around you right now, all around you. And I think it's just a testament to Lara's House, the founders, your work, and just the commitment to the animals and finding them homes in your area. So, I mean, paws up and congratulations to you guys and all the work you're doing. We're so fortunate to be, to have worked with you on some things and some different projects, the Association of Pet Parents. Yeah, and we love that. I mean, just to have, our whole commitment is to give back, and that's what we do. For those of you who may just be listening for the first time, we are associated with the American Association of Pet Parents, and we are about the 4 pillars, and that is feeding the hungry, fighting diseases, getting lost pets home. And what's the 4th one, Jessica? Did I forget it?
Anyway, you're gonna do that to me. I'm like, wait, oh my God, we're gonna get in so much trouble. All right, feeding the hungry. Oh, it's Moses March.
Fighting disease, getting lost. Yeah, we got them all. So
yeah, we got them all.
Heartworm, heart and home, fighting heartworms.
Fighting disease, fighting disease.
And Moose's March.
Yeah, so that's fighting disease. Anyway, that's interesting. So for those of you who may just be listening for the very first time, we are committed to those 4 pillars and how very important. And Lara's House happens to be one of the shelters that is our partners, and we work with them, and they are involved in our Heart and Home project. And so for those of you who may be visiting our website, know that our efforts and all the money that we raise goes directly to support and help shelters such as Lara's House and the efforts from John Liscano and his team at Lara's House. And so I think that the work that you do is so worthwhile, John. What can we do to help you? What can we do to serve you?
I'll tell you what, I'm beyond excited just for what y'all have done already. Like just being able to get connected with BI and other stuff that y'all are trying to help us with, and just putting our name out there. We've got 8,000 followers on Facebook. There's no telling what y'all have that follow y'all's podcasts and y'all's Facebook pages and Twitter and all that, Insta, Google, Twitter, Face, all those avenues, So, I know
we could create that one, Insta Google. We could do that.
I'm joining Insta Google. I like that one. That's my favorite. Insta Google.
What's Insta Google, Twitter, Face?
That's my favorite. That's what I'm going to start calling. Instead of the social channels, I'm going to call it Insta Google Social Face. I'm right.
Insta Google, Twitter Face. You forgot TikTok though. TikTok.
I know everybody's first. I know probably everybody's first thing is, you can help us with money. And I get that people ask for that all the time. And realistically, I know that that's not always the most feasible option. But like I said, just, I'm a big proponent in networking. The more networking you can have, the better. I was once a part of when I was a police officer, I was once a part of a motorcycle club that we rode and started in Dallas. It was a small group. And by 5 years, it turned into, we had a chapter almost in every state, including Hawaii. And I always messed with my son, who was younger at the time. I'm like, I always know somebody somewhere. Like I could go to Georgia right now and I know somebody that was or is in that club and I can call them.
Yeah.
And I said, I've always got, so networking to me is a big thing. because it just
I'm a
closes
man
a lot
after
of
my
gaps.
own heart now. You like animals.
You're speaking
you
our
rescue
language.
them. Yeah, you're speaking my love languages. You love animals, you have motorcycles. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna kick my husband out the house, you know? Yeah, yep. There you go.
Gotta go.
Gotta go.
Gotta
I'm
put on my
replacing
chaps
you.
and I gotta go.
Yep, I'm gonna throw him in the shelter. Yep,
Oh my God. John, first of all, thank you for being with us. You could spend your time with a lot of people. And I know that you work so many long hours you're the president of Lara's house. You are, you're a miner and a coal miner? And just all the work that you do, you're putting in, 70, 80 hours a week. We appreciate you, and you can spend your time with anybody, and you chose to spend it with us today. And so we want to thank you for that. How can our pet parents find out how can our audience find out where you are and how to get in touch with you, John?
So they can go to laurashouseshelter.com. And if I was fancy and knew how to do all this stuff on the computer, I'd have probably had it like posted here somewhere. But, I just got in literally like right before I clicked join. But they can go to laurashouseshelter.com, our website. And on there, it's got, everything that you need to know. It's got our email, it's got our adoptable animals, it's got our donation links, it's got how to join AAPP, it's got everything, our partners. I actually, right before we had the fire 2 Februaries ago, which, do you remember that? I don't know if we told you about that.
Yeah,
Our office burned down. Well, right after that happened, our website just crashed. It was just like non-existent. And I'm techie to an extent. And long story short, we had issues. The web hosting page people or whatever, it just wasn't a very good company. And I found out the hard way. I mean, that's what was there when we took over. So I found a reputable company in Squarespace and self-taught how to make a website. So that's what we got. But hey, it's got everything we need on there. So, so they can go to laurashouseshelter.com and it'll have every question they need answered. If not, it's got our number and our email on there.
Office. So Lara's House Animal Shelter.com. And
no, just laurashouseshelter.com.
laurashouseshelter.com. And you're located, is it Mexia or Mejia? Mexia, Texas?
Mejia.
Mejia. I knew that there was a
One of
different
those weird, like spelt weird, and I mean, I didn't go to school there, so it doesn't bother me.
Out of Mejia, Texas, and you guys have got some great animals for adoption. And again, guys, if you're thinking about getting a dog, if you want to reach out, if you want your donations to go to a worthy place, find Lara's House. This is a place that you don't want to miss. John, thank you for the amazing work that you're doing. Keep it up. And
I want to ask a couple questions. I never do.
Go ahead.
I'm
sorry,
like,
Jessica.
I'm the quiet one all the time. So I want to know, is there because I do a lot of the socials, you know that. So I'm always digging around in your little, digging around in your stuff. Yeah, I know.
I see your posts all the time. I love them.
So I want to know who's the longest animal there. Let's help get some of these guys out of there. Because I think there's Jasper the cat. I believe you have a cat named Jasper, right?
Yeah, well, I'm on dogs right now. Adonis.
What's his name?
Adonis has been there the longest. Adonis.
Okay.
Adonis. Okay.
Yeah, he's a male. He came into that shelter as about a 4 or 6 month old puppy, and he's 6 years old now.
Okay,
no.
So tell us a little bit about this. Let's why can't we get him a home or her a home? I'm sorry.
There, from what I've learned being around him, there is nothing wrong with him. Other than he's shy at first. He's not going to just come running up to you and love on you like some of the other dogs do. And he's bow-legged. Both front and back legs are bow-legged.
I'm bow-legged.
But he's a sweet dog once you get to know him, and all he needs is a little time. We pass out paperwork when we adopt out the 3-3-3 rule. 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months to get adjusted. And that's all. He needs somebody with some patience that isn't going to get turned off by the fact that he doesn't just come running right up to you.
Okay.
90% of our dogs are ecstatic to meet new people. And we've currently gotten our volunteer program kind of going to where I've got volunteers that come out now weekly to socialize the dogs. And that's all they do is they come out 2, 3, 4 hours a day and they walk dogs, they play with them, and they need that. The kennel staff don't have the time, and we don't have the money to pay them to stay 8 hours a day to do that extra kind of stuff. So we rely a lot on our volunteers, and we're partnered up, or we work with Civic Champs, which I don't know if that's somebody you've ever looked into, but if not, really look into them if y'all do a lot of volunteer stuff or have volunteers, because it's a pretty cool program, and started working with them and hopefully looking at getting some grants that will fund us for like a shelter manager position and stuff like that. So, and that's all based off of our volunteer hours, because they look and they say, okay, you've got 15 volunteers and they put in 500 hours so far, and that's an equivalent of $19,000 that if you didn't have those volunteers, you'd have to come up with 19 grand somewhere to fill that void. So it's a pretty cool program. Kind of found out about it by accident after we took over. It had been purchased by the previous president. It was never used. And we paid like $1,200 for this system that we don't even use. And so I'm like, well, we're either going to use it or we're going to get rid of it and get our money back. Well, we're going to use it because I think it'll be vital for us in the future.
Awesome.
But yeah, Adonis is one of our longest standing animals. Him and Comfort, she's another shy one. We've got one that's named Brandy. She's, I hate to say it, but it'll be a long time, I think, before she gets adopted, just because how shy she is.
She's shy. And so, I mean,
and I don't know her history, because like if you walk by her kennel, she'll go and run in her doghouse and she won't come out. So we wait for the weather to get warmer to take the igloo out, and then we put an elevated raised bed in there, so she's kind of forced to not hide. She's not aggressive. I've gone in there. She's a pit bull Catahoula mix, and she's 7 years old, but I'll go in there and sit with her, but yeah, she's very, very, very skittish. Those are the 3 that I can think of off the top of my head right now. Just kind of scrolling through pictures, but
okay. Well, I'll talk to Jennifer. She's she works with us on some social media, and I'll make sure that Adonis, Brandy, and Comfort get some extra special love soon.
Who are you talking about? The cat?
I think it's Jasper.
Jasper.
Jasper's a gray and white cat of yours.
He must have got adopted because he's not on the website anymore.
Yay! Yay!
I'll double check and I'll let you know.
Okay.
Yeah, because we highlighted it, I believe, in a newsletter, Jessica, because we couldn't turn the picture right. Remember that? We were like trying for 2 days trying to turn the picture.
It took me 2 weeks to get that picture right. But we highlighted Jasper in one of our newsletters. And
yes, I remember that.
Yep. And so Jasper had the meanest little it was a girl, remember? Because I kept making the comment. Yep. Or no, was it? No, it was a boy.
No, he was a male. He was a male.
Because I just kept saying that he's a boy and he might look evil. He just needs a little human to boss around the house. That's all he wanted. He was just a new human.
I just pulled him up on Saint, and he was adopted.
Yay! We're
awesome. And John, what is Saint? Tell me what Saint is.
Saving animals in need together.
And what is Saint? Can you tell us what is Saint?
Oh, for us?
What is Saint?
Well, that is our intake-outtake system.
Okay.
We manage our animals. That's how we keep up with them, and that's the microchips come through Saint, and they're, I guess you'd call them proprietary they're set for Saint. So one of the best things we did was switch to Saint. We were using Shelter Manager before, and
Yeah.
I didn't care for it, but
I'm a proud mama over here.
It was all because of you.
I feel like
Full
I got
credit.
Jasper a
John
home,
had
man.
nothing
I
to
could
do with
feel
it.
very-
John had nothing to do with it at all.
Nothing.
hey, I actually I got another shelter to sign up with Saint here recently.
Well, okay, well that's good. Tell me what cat they need to get adopted, because apparently I got Jasper adopted. I'm just gonna take that credit. I'm gonna take that little bit of credit this week. That's it.
Hey, whatever
John.
whatever it takes.
I'm gonna hear about this for the next 2 weeks. Thanks, John. I appreciate
You're
you.
welcome. You're welcome. You're
Anyway,
very
John,
welcome.
it was a pleasure having you today. We so appreciate you. Keep up the good work. And thank you for all you do on behalf of pets and people and animal welfare. Keep up the beautiful work. It was our honor.
Well, again, I appreciate y'all and for everything that y'all do. I mean, I know y'all probably have hundreds of other shelters that y'all help, and I don't know how y'all fit it all in and do it, but y'all do an amazing job. And like I said, I appreciate everything y'all done for us. So
We don't sleep. We
look
drink
forward to.
We don't
We drink
See,
a
I'm
lot
not
of coffee. We
I don't
drink a
drink
lot of coffee.
Never been a coffee person.
We don't sleep.
But
Neither were we until we started this job.
we all take care.
Thank
Wow,
you. Bye, John.
All right,
Hello.
Trish.
Hello,
Hi,
Jessica.
hon. How are you? I love that you and I are both on vacation. I wish we were both at the same place. I wish we were both on. I wish I was there, wherever this is. I wish I was there.
We both have our palm trees blowing in the wind. We both have like corresponding. It's great. And the funny thing is, Jessica, all this water splashing behind me, I am not getting wet in least. So I'm saying that this is pretty cool. So Jessica, let's just talk about why we have a different background, different tops. We look differently right now than in our interview with the lovely John Liscano. Can you address that for our studio audience, please?
Well, we did have a great interview with John Liscano, and normally what we do is we tape our episodes in our intros, our interviews, and then our outros, and we do them all together. And then what I do is I send them to our producer, and he puts it all together, which is wonderful. But I usually do it, and they're great, and they're great at working with me because I don't know how to do a lot of this. But I usually do it a couple days after we, tape, you know what I mean? Maybe a week later, depending on how many we do at a time, right?
And
I traveled in between our taping and sending it to the producer, which I will never do again. I will make sure I upload and send it right away.
And I will never allow you to.
Exactly. Well,
You're never leaving your office again. You're now like, you're glued, it's your ball and chain, you're staying there. But tell us what happened.
Well, at least I'm going to upload it right away into the Google file. That's what it goes. Yes, it's going into the Google file. At least there's a copy. So on my wonderful travels that I had to do,
Right.
I was sitting there as a good girl at the airport, clickety-clacking, as you know what I call it. I clickety-clacking, working away at 6:30 in the morning, waiting for my third flight because the first two were already canceled.
I think that was 6:30 my time. It was 5:30 your time.
No, it was 6:30 my time.
Was it?
So,
okay, never mind then.
Yeah, because my first flight was at 5, my second flight was at 5:30, so my third flight, or 5:30, something like that. It was ridiculous. Remember, the airline started calling me at 1:00 in the morning. It was ridiculous. You know what I mean? Anywho, as a past airline employee, I already knew what the game was going on, so I kind of knew the game. And anyway, as I was sitting there clickety-clacking, minding my own business, plugged into the little wall, this lovely lady trips over something behind me, and her coffee went flying and landed on my Mac.
Oh, Jessica. Yes.
Anyway,
I remember that morning well. And you didn't chase after her because you were wearing a
boot, because I do have a broken ankle on top of everything else going on in my life. So it was either try to get the water off my Mac really quick and pray that it was like my iPhone, you know what I mean? And it's a bit water resistant. Nope. And or go after her and try not to be put into prison and die. You know what I mean? And go to jail. But I chose to try to save my. Yeah, I had a couple options, and honestly, I wouldn't have gone after her fast enough. But yeah, needless to say, my Mac did not turn on. And as I was working this last week trying to start getting some of these episodes going up, I realized, oh, I didn't have that. I didn't. Yeah. I was like, oh, Trisha. So we lost the outro to John Liscano. Sorry, John. We had a great conversation.
John, we love you though. Big love coming to you. We love you.
Yeah, lots of love. And then we lost another whole episode with another interview, but we're going to retape that one, which, she was lovely and she totally understands. So, which is a great do-over because, we get to do another one, but
it proves once again that, guys, we are human. More than human. We make mistakes and all kinds of things like that. So now, we just, both of us happen to be on vacation. I am on my Mac right now, and I could not actually upload the Pets or Family background. And so we just decided to both be at the beach today. So let's talk about John Liscano, though. That is one amazing guy. And Lara's Hope Rescue is
Lara's house. Lara's house.
And you can't edit that out. So Lara's house is absolutely phenomenal. We love you, John Liscano, and all the good work you're doing. And, thanks to so many people that have been helping us with this, with him, with the American Association of Pet Parents and Saving Life, and our friends at Behringer Ingelheim. They are part of our Heart and Home program and have been providing the heartworm medications and all those preventative for those for the pets at Lara's house, and just so thankful for that. And also want to give a shout out to Animal Tag for giving and shipping those microchips with the tags for Lara's house as well. Guys, we couldn't do our efforts without you, but we're so thankful for these partnerships with these amazing organizations.
Yeah, we do. We have a lot of great partnerships that we're building as we're building our podcast and as we're building, our relationships with everybody, you know what I mean? And, like I said, you come from one side of the world, I come from the other side, you know what I mean? As you adopt your pets, as you're meeting some of our rescues and our partnerships, don't forget to hire a professional pet sitters, go to NAPS. The National Association. Yep. Always go to NAPS. I always give a shout out to Miss Kathy Delaney, my lady,
And Jessica, aren't the NAPS team, one of the NAPS team coming to join us for one of our podcasts coming up here soon?
Yes. Yep. I'm going to get one of the board members on. I mean, granted, I am one of the board members, but I mean, we can't talk to me. We talk to me all the time,
I talk to you a lot. If I average the amount of time I talk to you, we're together a lot.
Yeah, I think I talk to you more than anybody else. Yeah, I talk to you more than anybody. I start my day with you, I end my day with you, and I'm in the middle. It's all about you. You know what I mean? So yeah,
it's all about me.
Yeah, it's all about you. No, that's perfect. Now I'm gonna have a NAPS board member on, so I think that'll be fantastic. And then we're gonna just talk about all the fun things. But yes, so John, thank you for chatting. Thank you for understanding that as I would put it, shit happens, you know what I mean? In all kinds of fashions, you know what I mean? We, animals, pets, we deal with it all the time, all kinds of fashions. At least I didn't wind up in jail. That's all we have to say.
Thank you so much, because I would have had to bail you out, or Leroy would have had to come get you. So I would imagine Leroy would not have been too pleased with you.
I don't know. My dad actually asked me why I didn't go after her. He did.
Okay.
Dad did. Dad, I think my dad would have gone after her.
I think I would have. Well, I don't know though. I'm pretty one of those non-confrontational people. What is it in Toy Story? I forgot my angry eyes. I don't have those. I just don't. I'm pretty much
Oh.
even keeled and, whatever. But yeah, that was not good because we had a lot of issues that week. So yeah, and I know you did too. So
Oh, no. Well, and as you know, I'm a little bit of East Coast with a lot of Chicago. So you know what
yeah,
I mean? I can make a sailor blush and I'll cut you on the way out. So yeah, it took everything I had not to kill her. And you knew that day was a long day, man. And I didn't even make it to my destination either. I wound up diverting, the flight aborted. And a lot of you don't know, I'm an ex-airline employee as it is. So as we were like diverting, we were coming into a landing into where I was supposed to land, and the pilots, like aborted the landing, and we went to another airport, and they
Oh my
finally let us off the plane. Yeah, as they let us off the plane, I'm walking off the plane, hobbling, mind you. I'm hobbling off the plane, and I get off, and I look, and right there's the bar, and I just hobbled right up to the bar, plopped down, and he's like, "Can I help you?" I'm like, "The largest wheat beer you got." And he's like, "You having a bad day?" And I'm like, "You have no idea, dude. No idea." I'm like, "Just give me a beer." And I'm like, and I hobbled back on the plane after I had my beer. I was like, "I'm fine now." Like, it was just a long trip. And anyway, but
Which is
like we
amazing,
said,
never going on vacation and just like getting backgrounds, and then you can just pretend that you're on vacation all the time because
right.
work-life balance. We love what we do, and
We
so
we
yeah,
do. So, but the only fun part about this is that, in the process, in between this, was we did tape another episode that I couldn't
yeah,
get the background to upload
yeah,
to save my soul, which frustrated the crap out of me too.
yes,
You knew
yes.
that. So I realized that I think I'm going to make some fun backgrounds because I'm a little florally, which I always have a sweatshirt on or a sweater on because I'm always freezing, but I'm covered in flowered tattoos, which most people don't know. You know what I mean? I mean, I have flower tattoos like head to toe on me, so I'm thinking about, maybe doing some flower tattoos with our little pets or family logo up
I
here and over
I say
here.
I say go for it. Canva options there. If
Yeah.
everybody's using Canva, Canva is a lifesaver for everything known to man. So
Yeah, I might make some Benny. I might make some Benny background so you can see Benny right here with the,
exactly. Please
yeah,
do. Yes,
I think we're
absolutely.
gonna I think you're gonna be surprised. So coming up, I think we're gonna have some fun backgrounds coming my way.
I just want to
So,
make sure we match because we have to match. That's all that I care about is we match all day long.
I
Definitely.
know, I know. So I'll start making you some, but I always notice that you always lean this way. So I got to make yours over here. I got to make yours a little different than mine. So I just got to make it so it works out.
I just got off my surfboard, so I don't know what to tell you.
Well, folks, we've got a lot coming up. We have got some great guests coming in, and hopefully we, get everything set. But I do want this thing that Trish and I are working on right now. We're going to do some more tapings in the next week or so for you guys, because we try to tape a couple episodes at a time. Just to make it easier on us, and with the summer, as we're on
It's our spare
vacation.
time. Remember, that's what we do in our spare time.
Yeah, right. And we have so much spare time. Yeah, but as we're on vacation at the beach. But we are going to try to get I want to get some pet families on. So if there's anybody out there that just dying to talk about their animals, who I want to get on, and I think it would be fun is, and I know this sounds crazy, and it's not a little bit of nepotism or anything like that, but I want to see if I can get my niece. I know that sounds crazy, but I have a 17-year-old niece, right? Who she is like, she wants to be a hairdresser. She follows in her aunt's steps. I mean, she is literally my little me, right? So
Right.
she, once again, I've had a couple careers in my life. I owned a beauty salon in my past life also, right? But
Right.
she is an animal lover to the point where, like, I was up recently to my nephew's graduation, and I said to her, I was like, "Hey kid, what, do you need anything? Can I help you get something?" Because, I'm the oldest, and she knows that I roll, and that I'm like the only person that can get anything past her dad, which is my youngest brother.
Right.
And she's like, "I think I need another lizard." And I was like,
lizard.
"Oh, there's
That's the family.
Well, here's the thing, as my brother puts it, he goes, there's no more heartbeats coming into the house, because that's how he refers to the house now. No more heartbeats.
Okay.
No, because we have, I think currently they have either 11 or 14 heartbeats that they're responsible for.
Wow.
Heartbeats. That's what he calls them, heartbeats, because we've got
that.
heartbeats. Yep.
Right.
That's what he calls heartbeats. Yep. So
Absolutely love that. So get
Yeah.
on. And
I
for
think-
our audience, guys, if you want to be on with us, if you're a pet parent and want to talk about your pet, we'd love to have you. Love to have you. Also, we're also now on Spotify.
Yep.
We're on Google Play. Is that right?
We're on Google
And
Play and Apple, and I'm slowly getting all the episodes on YouTube. We have everything, but we're slowly getting everything up, and hopefully in the next couple weeks, by the time you hear this, we should be on it. All the episodes should be equal. So hopefully.
Now you can take us anywhere. You don't have to look at our backgrounds, and you can listen to us online as well. When you're in the car, if you're running or jogging, walking even, just plug us in, and you would love to hear us. And we would love to know that you're listening to us as well.
Oh, but you want to watch us. We're cute. You
All
like
day
to see
long.
us, right? We're entertaining, You got to put
I'd
us
like
in
to
the
think so.
background.
I keep telling myself that.
Oh, I keep telling myself that all the time. It's awesome. So awesome. Anywho, I think it's great. But anyway, we've got some great episodes coming up. And then for those that do know us in the industry, you and I, just because this will come out before August, because we do tape ahead of time. So sometimes these do come out before and sometimes they don't. But this will come out before August. You and I are both going to be at Super Zoo, which is in our industry is like the big show, and it's for groomers, it's for retailers, it's for everything. Pet sitters like to go to it and check out what's going on.
It is the place. It's the largest retail show internationally in the United States, and people come from far and wide for it. So it's at Mandalay Bay, August the 16th through the 18th. And it is just really exciting. It's going to be fun being there. If you want to meet us, feel free to send us an email at Jessica or Tricia at petsorfamily.net, and we'd love to hook up with you, say hello. We're going to be there with several of our partners and friends from Culture Club, Augie Bones, I think and tons of people.
The Green Line.
The Green Line, Poop Bag Lady. Westfall is going to be there. I think Max and Joe is going to be there. I mean, it's just like so many companies are going to be there. We're going to be there, and we're going to be kind of finding some fun little things to bring back, just like we did for Global Pet Expo, telling you the new products and the newest trends, because there's a new product showcase. We'll be visiting that, and we'll be getting some footage from that too, and letting you know about all these newest trends that are coming out within for dogs, cats, lizards, who knows what else.
Oh yeah, I'm telling you, my niece that's the only thing that we are not on the same page, and they're creepy crawlies, man. I mean, for her 16th birthday, I helped rehome a bearded dragon, which we thought was a boy. You know what I mean? His name was Rufus. When we found out it's actually a girl, so her name is now Whiskey. And she, oh my gosh, she loves that.
The beer or the whiskey. Sorry,
what's that?
Song from Little Big Town just came in my head. Is it the wine, the beer, the whiskey?
Oh, I love Little Big Town. I love country.
Yep, Little Big Town.
Yeah. So yeah.
It was a delight with you today. We could talk for hours and ever, and that. But coming up, we've got Jody Taché, the pet coach. She's absolutely phenomenal. We also have Family Pups and Tanya Lynn, and she is a doggy doula, and just phenomenal company and girl, and something a lot of people don't know about. So you're going to be listening to that coming up here. And I think we've even got Dr. Christine with Pet Joke coming on, and excited.
That's a re-recording.
Re-recording.
Yeah, we're going to re-record Dr. Christine. Thank gosh. Thank you for being understanding to everybody. And so we look forward to seeing you again. And, once again, how do you make your pets feel like family? See you next time.
We hope you enjoyed this new episode. And if you did, please leave us a review on Spotify or wherever you're listening to us today. If you want to reach out to us, feel free to find us on petsourfamily.net or any of our social channels, Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn. And we want to remind you, pets are family. Have a good one. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye, guys.